Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Tanya Side Gig Crafts. I've got some work to do today, guys. We're gonna make some pockets for journals. I continue to build my stash so that I have things ready to go, and I've got some scraps to work with, and I want to use some more of Jovi's beautiful digis from Creating with Jovi. Let me show you this packet one more time. I showed them to you just was it yesterday, and I wanted to show you these again. Look at this beautiful eco die that she's done. She's got this whole Digi Kit at 16 pages. I absolutely love them. This is the package that I chose this month, and we're going to be using a couple of these today. Look at the depth and the color. I love it, love it, love it. You guys check out Jovi's Etsy shop if you're interested in these or any others. She's got quite a few different packages available, so you can go over there and find something you love. These are gorgeous, and I'm going to show you how I like to work with these, and then we're going to make some little pockets for our journals or for whatever you want to use them for. So these are the ones, and then I'm going to use two of these today, and I picked this one and this one. I want some contrasting papers today for this project, and we're going to use some of this craft paper. This is all this is just scraps that were in my box, and then this one I think would be pretty as well. So we're going to use these, and we're going to get started. So if you guys are interested in checking out some pockets, different ways to make some things, let's do it. I want to make these. Now I want to use at least one in here, so we're going to use the measurements for this book. This book is 4 3/4 by... Actually, this is the measurement I really want, about 6. So we're going to go no bigger than probably 5 1/4. 5 1/4. Let's say 5 1/4, because 5 1/2 is going to be a little long. So 5 1/4. And I'm going to say 3 inches. How does that look crooked to me? 5 1/2 by 3 inches. We're going to get quite a few out of this. And how long is this one? 6. Should we leave the one at 6? Now let's go back to 5 1/2. Did I say 5 1/2? Did I say 5? Whatever, 5 1/2. I'm going to trim off that side. Alright, I'm just going to cut all of these up. We're not going to make all of these on camera today because that will take forever. But you can do these different sizes. You can do whatever size you want. In fact, we'll leave that one a wide one. It looks straight though. I wonder if my glasses, I need to get new glasses. Yeah, let's blame my glasses for things not being straight. That makes sense, doesn't it? 5 1/2. Look, we're going to turn all this scrap into something useful. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so let's do some of them a little wider. Let's go to 3 1/2 wide by 5. We'll make them wider and shorter. Any size. We can use this for something totally different. 3 1/2 by 5. Make them shorter, make them longer. We'll use this for something different too. Or maybe we'll use it for this project somewhere else. So out of all those papers, this is all I have left. This is all my scrap. So that's, oh, I lied. There's a couple more sheets or pieces, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to trim down these 2 papers. And I'm going to play with the papers before we start gluing or cutting or making the pockets. It's going to be really fun. Really fun. I should have just put these both together, but let's do this one too. You guys, I hope you're having a great day. Today is Tuesday. It's my day off, so I'm crafting. The kids are all home. Oops, let's do it. It's going to be a beautiful day, I'm sure. So looking forward to it. There we go. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to cut these up to put up on those little cards. But before I do that, I want to stamp them and add a little extra interest to them in my own way. Not that they're not beautiful, because they absolutely are. But for different projects, you know, we like to do different things too. To our papers to create and make them our own. So I like to do that too. And one of the things I like to do is add a stamp. We're going to use some archival ink. I like to use archival a lot because you'll see that if you watch my videos. I like to use archival because then if I add decide to add any other medium, and it's a wet medium, then this will not budge. So it's not going to smear or anything. So I really tend to lean towards this, especially for my black color. I always use this one. Simply for that reason. Now you can see the difference, you know, it looks a little bit more, it's almost romantic. It's got a little bit more interest. It's got a little bit more focal point. We're just going to build up on that to make it even more special than it is. So I'll set that one aside. Let's do the same thing to this one. And I just took a couple stamps, didn't it? So just a couple stamps, and it's something different. See, look at that. It's amazing, right? We'll just go different directions because this is going to be cut apart, so these won't all be on the same thing. So there's that one. I'd like to add one of my own rubber stamps that I made. I need to make some more. I love these things. And I can just put this anywhere. And I don't need a clear print. I just want, you know, just like the words, I just want a hint of it. I don't need much. Even just put a partial on there. Let's put a partial there too. So it just needs a little bit. That's not going to be the focal because it's going to be cut, remember? So it doesn't have to be perfect at all. Okay, so we're done with that one. Let's do, I think I've got, let's see, what else do I have here? Papers. Okay. Should we do some music? We could do some music on there. Talk about romantic. My goodness, that'll be beautiful. A little musical too. I need some, I know what I need. I need to get, we can go crooked. It doesn't have to all be straight. And let's see, I want to stamp that off because I did tap it in the ink. What am I looking for? I've got this rose one. This rose, you can't see it because I like to just do this way. Just grab that pad and just kind of ink it like this, and then just kind of go in and just put a little bit. Don't need too much. It can overlap the other stamps, that's fine. And let's put one here. Actually, I'm not going to put one in there because we still have this one, and I still want to put something else on there. Again, we're not looking for any kind of perfect. Just add a little bits. Okay, sorry about that. And let's see, one more. Should we do some numbers? Oh, there's my Tim Holtz butterfly. He got missing. He went missing this last week, and he stuck to a different one, so that's kind of cool. Let's do this one. This is just a number. These are kind of sticky. Well, it's not going to be sticky enough to stick to my finger this time. It did last time, but not this time. I'll kind of put it on a block. Put some numbers on there. Just random. Kind of putting them in different spaces so that I can kind of assure that they won't be on the same when I cut it. I mean, it's not really assuring it, but I'm just spacing them different. You could add these later too if you wanted to your pockets. That might be a little bit more of a focal point than any of the others, and that's okay. That's good. Okay, and then grab something different that I don't use all the time, and I'm just not finding it because all the ones I use all the time are at the front of my basket. That one. That would be good. Okay, because this one's got numbers on it. All those things. Here, let's just do it this way. And we'll just use the hand tool method. Just kind of... Aren't these amazing papers, though? They can just take this so well. Make a great background for anything like this. And you can still see the flowers and things in the background, so it's not like it... it's just added beauty. I love it. There we go. One more over here. Getting crazy with it. All right, I love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and set those aside. But there's no rules. You can just put it on there however you like, whatever floats your boat. But this is definitely enough for me. It's perfect. It's gorgeous. Okay, so now what we need to do is cut some of those in strips the same width as these-ish. So I've got 3. Apparently I've got a few different measurements here. So are those the same as those? I think I have one wider. All right, these are gonna... Why is that one? Is that one this width? Okay. These are going to be... So I need some strips that are going to be about 3 inches. Let's check this one here too. Can I do them all 3 inches? No. I'm going to need some that are 3 inches. And some that are 2 3/4. I'm not going to worry about cutting any designs here. 3 inches. We'll do these 2 3/4. We're going to do a few of those. 2 3/4. Here, let's set those aside. Those. Come on now, paper. It's not lining up. Why? 2 3/4. Strip here, which we'll use for something else. Was that everything? Yeah, but I'm not going to make them all today right now on the camera, so that's fine. Okay, so we'll start with those. All right, so these are going to be going around here. And let's see here. So here's what I want to do. This one's going to go to the back. I don't need this whole thing on here. So let's cut it. This one, we're going to keep it long, but then we're going to cut just above this corner up to that corner. Okay, so this one, we're going to go ahead and distress it. I'm making this up as I go, by the way. This is not, I'm just making it up. You guys, I didn't craft yesterday, so I don't remember where my stuff is. Where's my anchor? My anchor. Here's one. Here's one. We'll use Daddy's today. There you go. All right, so we're going to put this here. Now, you can, maybe I should, You can use your little tool, or you can use the edge of your scissors, and you can just kind of scrape this up real good, which is what I should have done before I distressed it, because we're going to get white edges, so we'll have to distress it again. Now, you only want to do 3 sides, because if you do the 4th side that the papers are going to overlap, it's just going to get really thick and weird, and it's going to be hard to use your pocket. So let's just do 3 sides. Okay, let's ink that again, get rid of those white spots. This is something anybody could do, really. You've got the tools. You do. Find some papers. It doesn't have to be digital papers. It doesn't have to be specialty papers. This could be any kind of papers. This could be packing paper. This could be, because you can stamp it. If you don't have rubber stamps, you can use vegetables and erasers and carve patterns, and you can make stamps. It's not hard, and make your own, create your own. Like I said, anybody could do this. There's paper all around you. I should get, that'd be fun to do this with junk mail. Why don't I do that? I'll have to do a tutorial and do, oh, that would be so fun, you guys. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a video and where I'm not using any craft supplies except maybe, well, no, let's do it wholeheartedly. If I didn't have glue, what kind of things could I use around the house to make glue? What could I use to make paper? Oh, I'm going to do it. What a challenge that would be. How fun. Would you guys like that? I think it would be fun just to try it out and see how it goes. I mean, obviously, I've got plenty of supplies, but what if somebody didn't have any of this stuff? What would they use? What could they use? Like I was saying, you could use bills, you could use, like I said, there's paper all around us. So what could we use to make something really cool, and how would it turn out? There's my challenge for myself. I'm going to figure out how to make glue. All of it. Out of household things. Maybe there's something in the kitchen. I don't know because I've never looked into that. But I bet there's a way. All right. So let's use those paper, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this here. And I'm actually going to chop this just a little bit off the top, because I think I'd like it to come up a little bit higher. You're right, I'm not using any measurements. If you're thinking about the measurements, I'm not using any measurements because I'm making it up, and everybody's papers are going to be different sizes. So, even if I gave you measurements, you might come up with something different. So, we're going to do the same to this. We're going to go ahead and distress it. We'll distress it before we'll scrape up the sides before we use the ink on this one. We'll do this in the right order. Yeah, I think that would be a great video. A great fun experiment. Oops, not that one. Don't do this bottom one because that'll be at the bottom. See how this one, because it'll overlap and it'll mess it up, so it won't be easy to put it'll be hard to put your tags or whatever in there. And this edge especially. It'd be cute to sew this too, but I'm not going to do that for the sake of the video. But I'll probably do some sewing on some other ones later. See how they turn out. I'm sure they'll be cute. Super cute. I always like to add a little stitching if I can. Alright, so there's that one. And then we'll just go around the corners on this one. We're going to go around this part, around the bottom to sew it down, and the side. Just leave a little bit of that pink at the top. Try to line it up For some reason my pieces don't seem to be exactly the same size, even though I cut them together. Interesting, interesting. That's okay. Use what we got. Alright, there we go. Now, I would like to go back in the opposite direction with this one. This one, we're going to cut, I'll just use this edge to cut it. You know why? That strip is not, let's use this strip. This one seems to be a little bit wider. I'm going to move this down so I can cut it in the right spot. Okay, along this line. And then I want to go this way with this one. There. Oh, I cut it too far. Darn it. I left a little gap down here, but that's okay. I'm going to go back up this way, and then I'll just cut this one shorter. And then I'll cut the paper shorter at the bottom so it won't look like it's got a weird border on it. Did I do that crooked? Probably. There. Then I'll just trim this down at the bottom. Or I'll put another decorative piece down there. Maybe I'll put a green piece down here. Alright, so let's just do the same thing here. You can see how this all comes together with the stamping and the beautiful paper, and it all comes together. Now this one we can actually distress on the bottom. Actually, no, because if we put a piece of paper or something over there, that's going to be harder to do. You don't want it too thick if you're going to be pasting or covering it. Did I already do that edge? I did. Okay. There we go. Now, on the side, on the bottom, there we are. And we'll just line this up the best we can, covering up that gap that I should have noticed. I think we've got a really super cute pocket. Now, let's go ahead and trim. We'll trim just, no we're not, we're putting paper there. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm just going to put a little border on there, on the bottom. I think it'll tie it together. Actually, oh, even better, you guys. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, let's distress it. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. This is going to be cool. I just had a really cool idea. So if we're putting this in our journal, and we don't want to glue it down, we can actually have it as a floating pocket and just clip it in. Then we can do something on the back, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So this idea just came to me, and I'm like, yeah, let's try this. You don't have to do it this way, but I think it's going to be cool. These edges, actually, I'm going to put a thumb notch on one side. I'll explain. I'll just stress that too. I think we're only going to make one of these together today because it's going to take probably too long to do all this, and then, because I want to decorate it too. I don't always decorate with you guys. I usually do that. Oh, and it's too wide, but that's okay. We can fix that. Let's just fold this to the edge there to get it the right size. Fold it to the edge there to get it the right size. And then my thumb notch is off, but that's okay too. That's all right. We'll fix it. Thumb notches don't have to be in the center, but they can be. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn this upside down so that thumb notch is at the bottom. We are going to go ahead and glue this. I want to glue this down here really good, because on this side it's just decorative. If you use a directional paper of some sort, you want to make sure it's going the direction you want it to, because this other side, we're going to just flip this over this way. And now we've got a pocket on this side. Now we could potentially put another design here, but I think it would be fun to just stamp it. Just stamp it with some of the same stamps. Let's use our archival. Don't have to do the whole thing because it's not going to show. Just use some of the same stamps. We'll use this one. And is that good? Could do did I do a flower on the other side? I did. But here, we'll use the number one. Why do stamp blocks have to be clear? I can't find them when they're clear. Just can't see them. Put that one on the side. We can put this one over here, so maybe it's only partial. Alright, we don't need a focal point, even though that's what I'm aiming for. I'm doing it. Go in with the butterfly, Tanya. Go in with the butterfly. Boom, right there. Yes, I need to carve more stamps. Okay, I might have overdone this one a little. Whatever. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're just going to glue this side and this side. The bottom is already glued because it's wrapped around, so we just need to glue that side. Now we've got a nice pocket on this side. Now because we use this side, we want to go ahead and ink it too. But first, we have all this distressed edges here. We need to do the same thing around the entire card paper, craft paper. See how this is coming together, right? Pretty cool. Oops, don't do the bottom, because remember that's our fold, and if we do that we're going to mess it up. Actually, we could probably lightly do it. Let me try. I'll take one for the team. If it messes it up, and then you'll know. We might be able to do it lightly. Just very lightly. You don't want to go through the paper, which I probably did a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to distress that with the ink, which would probably be the best bet just to do that. And then let's go back around the edges quick. We want to do the front and the back because we're using both sides now. Nice and distressed here. I want it to look like people have touched this and handled it and used it because it's so pretty. It's lasted forever. And it would be super, super cute with the stitching all the way around. It really, really would. So this would be a time to do that if you have a sewing machine. All right, so now we've got pockets. We've got this pocket, we've got this pocket, and we've got this pocket. So what do we do with that? We're going to make some tags. Yes, we are. Let's make some tags to stick in there. Oh, that one didn't glue down. I can fix that. Fix that in a heartbeat. So 1, 2, 3. We have 3 places for things, and we've got these beautiful strips of paper that we can use. Now, actually, you know what? We're just going to use some of these for our tags. We're going to trim them down just a little bit more. I want them to be the same width. So let's grab these. Take off about quarter of an inch maybe. But I say these are 3, so let's go to 2 and 3/4. Let's see if that'll fit. Nope, that's still too wide. So we'll go to 2 1/2. That should fit perfect. I hope. Yeah, it's going to be a little tight right now because it's, you know, not been used yet. So 2 1/2. Let's see if 2 1/2 fits well here too. Perfect. Okay, 2 1/2. Now these are, I'm going to go a little shorter on this one. 4 3/4. Let's go to 4 1/2. That one's 4 1/2. We're going to do one at 4. We're going to do 2 at 4 1/2 because there's one on the back too, and then we'll do one at 4. Did I take this one down? Because that one in the front will we'll want this one to be shorter. There. There. And there. Alright, so we've got 3 little tags there, or whatever, but tags is what we're doing today. Now, something we can do is we could collage them again. I don't think I want to do that. You know what we're just going to use these papers. Okay, so these are 2 1/2. These are going to be 2 1/4. Well, if they're straight, you guys, something's going on. I just feel like nothing's straight. What is happening? I don't know if it is or not. Okay, so I know one of those was 4 inches. That one's just a little over. We'll use it. This was 2 1/4. And 4. Where did I say 4 1/2? We'll cut it if we need to. All right. So I've got those. Let me just using up those papers, and I've got a few scraps. So if I need some scraps, I've got them. So we'll go ahead and just, where's that 4? A little 4 incher. Well, heck. Still made it too long. Gorgeous. Okay, so for these, I still want to distress the edges. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it around this part. I'm going to use the ink around this part, but I'm only going to just distress with the tool this part. Now, one thing I do need to do, though, is I want to make it a tag shape. So we'll move this piece all the way up here and cut. And then we'll move this over here. Take this piece. Went this, nope, it went this way. So we'll flip this back this way, and we'll get the same cut on this corner. And then we are going, see, I did that because now this one is going to be exactly, look, those corners are still not crooked. They're still crooked. They're crooked, aren't they? That's all right. Are they really crooked? How did I mess that up? You could use a die. A die cut would work. And it wouldn't be crooked. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go with the crooked. I'm not worried about it. It's a rustic thing, you know. We don't all have all the tools either. Okay. I do have a die cut. I don't know why I picked up that big paper, because that one wasn't part of the ones we're working on, but since I started it, I might as well finish it. At least the cutting part. Now it's ready for later. Okay. But we're only doing these. So this is the smaller one. Let's go ahead and ink this one. I'm kind of laughing and watching myself today. I got a negative remark yesterday in my comments about my desk being messy. I'm nice, but it drives this person crazy because, yeah, because my desk is a mess, you know. Messy is a sign of creativity, and I'm okay with it. It's my desk. It shouldn't drive you crazy. It shouldn't. So I keep trying to clean up after myself. It's funny. Was my point, is like I just keep catching myself trying to clean up after myself. All right. And it's funny because I actually, you know, and I'm not judging anybody. Don't go back in my comments and go say anything or anything. It's not like that. But so this piece is going to be too short, so I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to pull this piece up a little bit so that there's more gap here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just cut these angles right here because I want to use the piece. I don't want to waste it, and I'm just going to pull it down here so that it looks like I intentionally left that part blank. Okay, and it's still got the angle. That's what I'm going to do with that. So, what was I going to say? I tend to migrate towards the people who have messy desks in their videos. I think it's fun. To me, it's visually stimulating. It gives me ideas. It's inspiring to me to see their creative thought. And when I see what they're working with on their desk, I find it even more interesting because, you know, we all do things different. And some people don't work well with that. But for me, it inspires me. I see different things on my desk and it gives me ideas. So if... It doesn't bother me. This is my creative space, and it's mine, and it's fun, and it's relaxed, and there's no rules, but keep your room clean kind of a thing, you know. It's not for everybody. I know that. So I just find it funny because I'm keep trying to clean up after myself. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Because I want to use these pieces. I don't want them to go to waste. Of course they wouldn't go to the waste. They'd go in my scrap box, but do the same way. There we go. This one actually fits really well. And I forgot to ink it. I guess I still can. Carefully. Just go downwards. If you do that, just go downwards so you don't get the ink on your sponge. You might get it on your fingers, but you don't want it on your sponge because then your sponge will be ruined. There we go. Pretty cool, right? All right, so again, these would be super cute with stitching around them, just like that pocket would. Let's go around the edges of these. We're almost done. We could add a few decorations to them, and that would be ideal. scrape up these edges here. I love this little thing. I might get a few more because, you know, it's nice to have them laying around my desk. But I was using my scissors to do this, and that's dangerous. It's the wrong tool for the job, but, you know, you're taking a risk using your scissors. It works, but, you know, you're taking a chance not to hurt yourself. So I can kind of go in a little more aggressively with this tool, and I know I'm not going to hurt myself, and I like that. Because I can get the job done. We're going to use some faux tape on that, some faux vintage tape on this. Got that sitting here to remind me to use it. Another thing on my desk. Glad you guys can't see my craft room. It's actually, it's always going to be a work in progress. Who am I kidding? It's a working craft room. I work in here. There's stuff everywhere. But I've got a couple days, and it is starting to get to me too. I've got to put some things away, but projects that I've finished, chapters that I've closed, I just need to reset, I guess. Got a lot of die cuts that I got from Temu that are just kind of sitting here. I need to put away and file them. How do you guys organize your dies? I actually file mine by subject or type. Sometimes it just depends on the die. Sometimes I can't think of a subject necessarily, but like I have a spot for sentiments. I have like spring and Easter, I think, are together. I've got animals. I've got winged things, so like my bugs or birds all go in one. I've got transportation. I've got kids for one, because I was really loving those little kid die cuts that for different things, and so those are all together. I've got one for gnomes, I think, one for garden, flowers, foliage. Those are some of the different ones. I've got a section for bows. Did I say sentiments already? Christmas takes up practically a whole basket. So I've got quite a few different ways to do it. And then it makes it easier for me to find them. So if I'm looking for a specific theme, I know to go in that section. If it's not there, then I'd look for the next related theme. Like maybe I can't find a bunny and animals. Well, then maybe go to Easter and check there. You know, if it's not there, maybe spring. Maybe I put it there. So there's just different ways to do it, and that I do it. It's not a perfect system, but it's working okay, and I need to keep working on that. So I think that the next thing I can do is make sure everything's in an envelope, because I don't have all of my dies in envelopes yet, which, you know, that's also an investment. But then I can label my envelope and put what's supposed to be in that envelope and what section it goes to. So that might be my next step. Now you could do something like this and trim that up, make that super cute, would be fun, which I think I might do. Add a little pink to that. Actually, is this the one that goes, which one's the short one? This one's the short one, so this one goes in back or in front. This one goes in back. This way. It's a little tight yet. I'm going to get and this one back here. So what I'm going to do, because these are really tight, you can see it's kind of hard to push them in. If you take your bone folder and stick it in here carefully go all the way to the edges, you'll kind of stretch your paper a little bit, and it will help you to be able to slide them in better. Be careful not to rip it, just real gentle. All you're doing is stretching paper. Go into this one. It's kind of like wearing it out, you know, and helping to loosen those fibers up just a bit. Okay, so this one, now it'll go easier. See how much easier that goes in there? This way. I need to put the holes in there. You know, I don't think I'm going to decorate the tags, actually. I think I'm going to, this one longer. Just barely. I don't think I'm going to decorate the tags. I think, and it looks like I need to put something here, though. The tags are going to get too hard to put in there. They're going to get too thick. So I think I'm going to nix that idea, but can definitely do something to the front. We'll just poke a little hole in here. Need to put something here, right? And then the green one. Tuck that in there. Should I put the eyelets on? It looks so unfinished. Let's do it. I wasn't going to, but it really looks unfinished. Some black ones. These are good. Now I don't know how you would do the eyelets without one of these guys. I mean, I guess there's other setters, eyelet setters, but I don't know how you would do that. But they're not required. Still thinking about if you don't have crafting supplies, how to make some pretty things. I'm going to come up with something fun. You guys, this is seriously, this is going to be a challenge for me. I love it. I always love a good challenge. Sometimes I need ideas for videos. I think this would be a good one. All right, there. That makes a huge difference, doesn't it? Just looks so much more completed. Let's do that one there. I like how that tucks in. It's pretty. And then we'll go there. This one still feels tight because these others are taking up space on the front side. There we go. So this one could have some kind of decorative measure here. That would be fun. And then this one, I would do something here. Should we get out our Timmy box? Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got here. Come here, box. Let's see what we've got. I have this piece of lace. I could do something with that. Maybe I'll use that. See, that's sitting on my desk. It just inspired me. My messy desk strikes again. Okay. A little telephone ticket. That's kind of really off color. Got a butterfly. That actually blends in really nicely. I'd have to have something behind it, but that might work. Something there. That might be something. I'm not settled on that yet, though. Something like that. Got little tickets here that might work. I've got blingy butterflies, but that's totally different. Those are pretty. I wonder where those come from. Somebody give me those? I don't know. Ooh, he's cute. Little dragonfly. He's kind of too big. Maybe for the other side. I've got a couple of these. Those would be nice. Stamp. Put a sentiment there. I'm not sure. Ooh, go see Explore. I like that at the bottom. Okay, but we're going to do something to it. What is this? Combined drive. Okay. There's a little blue ticket stuck in there. Maybe I can use that. Okay. So, this is too thick, though. I don't like these chipboard things, but I've seen other people peel them. Can I peel it? I don't know. Looks like I can with my fingernail. Awesome. Perfect. That's what I want. Okay. this has a glossy edge, so I'm just going to kind of smear that over the top just to mark it a little bit. Ooh, you know what I'm going to do? Wipe some of that off. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something really fun. Go see Explorer. Actually, I can leave that all on there. I might need to hot glue this one. I don't know if this is going to stick well. We'll try it. See if that sticks. If it doesn't, I'll hot glue it in a minute. Go see Explorer. I don't even know if it needs much more than that. I still do like this lace. I think I can kind of cut that kind of funky and make it look like it's torn, sort of. Just a piece of it. I don't know. We'll try it, see if it works. Might need my hot glue gun for that anyway. And then we could put, I kind of like that. What do you guys think about that? Hit me out. I think it needs a little bit of the lace sticking up though. Use it kind of like you would cheesecloth. Kind of a little frayed edge up here. Yeah, I like that. It's beautiful. Okay, so we'll wait for that glue gun to get warm. Set those aside a minute. Let's go ahead and ink these up a little. There. Ready? I think so. You know what's really funny, you guys? Just as I was saying, I hope it films, it keeps filming, it doesn't last forever, and then it shut off. I'm like, oh, I must have somehow known I was at my limit. So I'll be editing today, and that's fine. There, I'm going to put new glue on there. Yeah, I like that. That's cute. Alright, so this is going to be one of those pockets that can just kind of get clipped into your journal, or, you know, floating in your journal. So it would go in something, put that over, get that all inky, and just kind of clip into there. And you would be able to move it around, use those tags however you wanted to. Let's find it a good spot. So this is the final project, and you could put it in a pocket. I think this journal pocket, this journal is small enough that it won't work well in a pocket that way. But if I clip it onto a sturdy page, such as, where do we like it? I do like it there. That's really pretty in the colors. Yep, it's going there. That's where it's going. So let's put it there. Question, where these days do I keep... I just found a drawer full of all my stamps. I love those. I have some clippy clippies here. I also have thumbtacks in this drawer, so I need to be careful. There we go. Here's one. I'm sure I have smaller ones somewhere, and I will find those later. But just take it, clip it in, and it's all set. I've got smaller ones. Isn't that cute? I love how it turned out. These clips are way too big for this. But you get the idea. You can paper clip it, whatever, and it's in your journal. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed my little make it up as I go tutorial. Give it a try. Obviously you don't need measurements because yours will turn out different no matter what. And I hope you will hit the like and subscribe button. Help me keep my channel going. And you know, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day, guys. Thanks again for spending time with me. Take care. Bye-bye.